In the still of the night, silence was broken by a chilling whisper. A shiver of unease breaches the tranquil atmosphere of a place often described as the town where time stands still. Imagine the quintessential small town where the sun shines bright by day and the nights are blanketed in an eerie calm. It's the kind of place where everyone knows everyone, and nothing remarkable ever happens. Until now. Our protagonist, a man of simple means and simpler desires, finds himself in the throes of an unsettling occurrence. The quiet of the night, once his solace, now harbors a chilling secret. Whispers, barely perceptible, begin to creep into his nights, shattering the serenity. These whispers, these fragments of hushed conversations, are not born of his imagination. They are real, tangible, and they are growing louder. The quaint town, the unassuming man, and the disturbing whispers, all pieces of a puzzle yet to unfold. As the whispers grew louder, sleep became a distant memory. In the eerie darkness, the whispers took on a more sinister tone. They began as hushed echoes, as if the wind had a voice, a low, raspy voice that reverberated through the night, creating a chilling symphony of the unknown. At first, these whispers were unintelligible, like a language lost to time, or perhaps one that was never meant for human ears. But as the nights grew longer and the darkness more profound, the whispers evolved. They twisted and morphed into something more recognizable, more terrifying. The whispers began forming sentences, whispering secrets that were buried deep within the shadows of the town's history, secrets that were meant to remain untold, unknown. Our protagonist, who once found comfort in the silence of the night, now found himself swallowed by an escalating sense of unease. Each night, he would sit alone in his room, the whispers seeping through the walls, wrapping around him like a cold, spectral shroud. It was a language he didn't want to understand, a truth he didn't want to comprehend. The whispers told tales of deceit, of betrayal. They spoke of hidden graves and forgotten sins. They murmured about love lost and vengeance gained. The whispers painted a picture of a town woven in a tapestry of darkness, its threads spun from the despair of its inhabitants. And with each passing night, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. They were no longer just voices in the wind. They were a haunting, relentless symphony, demanding to be heard, refusing to be ignored. They were the echoes of the town's past, a past that was seeping into the present, shaping its future. The protagonist, once a mere observer, was now a reluctant participant in this nocturnal play. The whispers had chosen him, confiding in him the town's darkest secrets. Secrets that were as terrifying as they were intriguing. Secrets that, once known, could never be forgotten. The whispers began to reveal the town's darkest secrets, and in the face of this chilling revelation, our protagonist was left with a choice: to ignore the whispers or to confront the sinister truth they held. As the whispers grew bolder, they revealed a horrifying truth. A truth so bone-chilling, it would send shivers down the spine of the bravest of souls. The whispers that had been tormenting our protagonist were not mere figments of imagination. They were echoes from the past, echoes of a gruesome crime that had stained the history of this quiet town. Many years ago, beneath the veneer of tranquility, something sinister had unfolded. A crime so horrifying, so brutal, its memory had been suppressed, buried deep within the town's collective conscience. But the whispers refused to let it be forgotten. They were the ghostly remnants, the desperate pleas for justice from those who had been wronged. Now our main character found himself ensnared in this web of darkness. The whispers had chosen him, burdened him with the truth that others had chosen to forget. The echoes of the past had become his present, a constant torment that refused to cease. They were no longer just whispers in the wind, they were screams for justice that echoed in his mind, a deafening cacophony that he could not ignore. The decision weighed heavily on him. He could choose to ignore the whispers, to bury the truth once again, and return to the blissful ignorance of the past. But the whispers had changed him. They had opened his eyes to a reality that he could not unsee. He knew he could not turn a deaf ear to the cries of the past, to the pleas for justice that echoed in his mind. And so he made the fateful decision. He chose to heed the whispers, to follow their lead, to uncover the truth that had been buried for so long. He decided to investigate this crime, to bring to light the horrifying truth that had been buried in the town's history. Unbeknownst to him, this was a path of no return. His pursuit of truth would lead him down a dark, winding road, a road that held unimaginable horrors. But there was no turning back now. He was committed to unearthing the truth, no matter how terrifying it might be. The search for truth led him into the heart of darkness. As he delved deeper into the investigation, the details that unfolded were nothing short of gruesome. The crime scene, a chilling tableau of horror, was a stark reminder of the malevolent force at play. Shadows seemed to dance menacingly around the room as if mocking his attempts to uncover the truth. His pursuit was not for the faint-hearted, with each piece of evidence more terrifying than the last. The stark reality of the crime was a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked in the corners of the world. The whispers that had once been mere background noise now echoed in his mind, growing louder with each passing moment. They were no longer indistinct murmurs, but clear voices that seemed to crawl under his skin, making his blood run cold. The voices spoke of fear, of dread, and of things too horrifying to put into words. They seemed to feed off his paranoia, growing more intense with each passing moment. As he delved deeper, the whispers grew more frequent, an incessant drone that threatened to consume his sanity. They were a constant reminder of the horror that was unfolding around him, a living nightmare that he couldn't seem to wake up from. His fear was palpable, a cold, clammy feeling that gripped him and refused to let go. Despite his growing fear and paranoia, he pressed on, driven by a desperate need to uncover the truth. Each horrifying detail he uncovered only served to fuel his determination. He was caught in a vicious cycle, the whispers feeding his fear, and his fear feeding the whispers. The whispers were no longer just whispers, they were screams, screams that echoed in the silence, each one more terrifying than the last. They were a constant reminder of the horror that he was uncovering, a chilling soundtrack to his gruesome investigation. The whispers were no longer just whispers, they were screams. In the end, the horrifying truth was brought to light. It was a truth so chilling, so grotesque, it made the whispers that haunted him seem like a lullaby. Our protagonist, a man once haunted by sinister whispers, found himself standing in the harsh light of reality. A reality far more terrifying than the shadowy corners of his mind. He had been living in a nightmare, a silent horror show that unfolded in whispers. But the whispers were not the enemy. No, they were a warning, a dreadful premonition. The whispers were the echoes of a truth too gruesome for the human mind to wrap itself around. The whispers had stopped, yes, but they were replaced by something far more terrifying. The truth. The truth was a monster that lurked not in the shadows, but in the cold light of day. It was a creature that did not hide, but stared him right in the face. The truth was not a whisper, but a scream. A blood-curdling scream that echoed in his mind, bouncing off the walls of his consciousness, refusing to be silenced. The truth was a beast, a monstrous entity that feasted on his sanity, gnawing at his mind, leaving him hollow. Our protagonist found himself standing on the precipice of madness, staring into the abyss of the horrifying truth. The whispers had been a mere hint of the horror that lay in wait. The truth was a beast that did not whisper, but roared. The truth was a nightmare, a horror show that played out in the harsh light of day. The whispers were merely the opening act, a prelude to the main event. The truth was the finale, a grand spectacle of horror that left him broken and shattered. The whispers might have stopped, but the truth was far from silent. It screamed, it roared, it echoed in his mind, refusing to be silenced. In the end, the whispers were nothing compared to the deafening scream of the truth. The whispers might have stopped, but the screams of the truth echoed in his mind forever. In the aftermath, the town was never the same. A palpable shroud of dread hung heavy in the air, seeping into every brick, every cobblestone. The once vibrant market was now a ghost town. Laughter and chatter were replaced by eerie silence, broken only by the wind's mournful sighs. The main character, once a jovial spirit, was forever altered. His eyes, once filled with life, now mirrored the town's gloom. The horrifying truth haunted him, an unwelcome specter in his waking hours, a relentless tormentor in his dreams. The whispers he used to hear were now echoes of a chilling tale that had unfolded in his very existence. Every shadow seemed to whisper the horror. Every rustle of the leaves seemed to echo the chilling tale. His life, much like the town, was irrevocably marked by an event so terrifying, it redefined their sense of normal. In the end, the whispers were silenced, but the horror lived on.